We live in a world that has declared war against silence. We reject silence. We run away from silence. Picture this. You wake up tomorrow morning and the first thing that you do is usually you check WhatsApp, then you check Instagram, and then you put on some music, and then you turn on the news. Anything to fill the quiet space around you. But what if I told you something that changes everything? What if this silence that you're running away from is not empty at all? What if it's actually full of every answer that you've been searching for? What if the very thing that you're most afraid to face is the very thing that holds the key to your freedom? Think about it. The last time you sat in complete silence, when was that? No phones, no television, no music playing in the background. Just you and the quietness. Now try to remember, how long did it last? 5 minutes? 2 minutes? Most likely, my dear ones, your mind would have started racing. Correct? You must have felt restless, uncomfortable, like you needed to do something, anything just to be able to fill that space, that void. It feels like as if you're wasting time. Maybe you should do something productive. Maybe you should check on this or that or whatever. And this happens to all of us. From the moment we wake up to the moment we sleep, we flood ourselves with noise. Alarms, WhatsApp messages, YouTube videos, calls, music. We go to sleep with playing something in our ears. I play sometimes podcast. We've created a world where silence has no place to exist. Anything is allowed but silence. But why do we do this? What are we so afraid of? The answer is so simple but profound. In silence, we meet ourselves. And sometimes, that's the last person we want to encounter. What if the person that you're afraid of to be alone with is the person who holds all your answers? Let me share with you a story that completely changed how I see silence. Imagine your mind is like a college library during exam season. Students are everywhere, books are being shuffled, conversations are happening, loud conversations, phones ringing, constant noise and activity, the hush-hush of exam period. Now, if someone had an important message for you in this chaos, would you be able to hear it? Of course not. But picture the same library at 2 a.m. Everyone has gone back home, the books are all in places, everything is quiet and still. And in this silence, even the smallest sound, like a drop of a pin, becomes clear and loud enough for us to hear. Even a whisper can be heard perfectly. Your inner wisdom is like that whisper. It's always trying to talk to you, always trying to give you the answers that you so desperately seeking everywhere else. But it cannot compete with the noise in your busy mental library. Silence, my dear friends, is not absence of sound. Silence is presence of clarity. What if every answer that you've been Googling, now ChatGPT, has been waiting patiently in the library of your own silence? When I first started sitting in real silence, not just turning off the music, but truly being quiet, something amazing happened. I realized that silence is not empty at all. In silence, I could hear my heartbeat. Have you ever just sat and listened to your heart beating? It's magnificent. It's like a gentle drum reminding that you are alive, that you're here in this moment. In this silence, I could hear my breath, each inhale bringing in prana, life energy, and each exhale releasing what no longer serves me. The same breath, my dear ones, that connects me to every tree, every person, every human being, living being on this planet. In this silence, I could hear something else, something really deeper. You could call it Antardarshan, the inner vision. Call it the voice of Atman, your true self. It was there, speaking softly, offering guidance that could change my life, that people look for in books and courses. The answers were already inside me, waiting for the silence to appear. But I was busy looking out these answers everywhere else but inside. What if the teacher that you have been searching for, the mentor, has been sitting quietly in your own heart all along? Here's where we completely flip our understanding of silence. We think silence is boring because we are so addicted to stimulation. We think it is void because we don't know how to listen to it. It feels like empty. It feels like there is nothing inside it. We think it's useless because we don't understand the power, the Shakti of silence. And here's the truth. You're not your thoughts. You're not your worries. You're not your endless mental chatter. You are the Sakshi, the witness, the observer, the one who observes all of this without being disturbed by any of it, without changing by any of it. It's like the sky that remains unchanged, whether there is storm outside, dark clouds, or it is clear blue expanse. The sky even does not resist the clouds. It simply allows them to pass through. You are that sky. That is your true nature. Unchanging awareness, pure consciousness. What if you're not the weather of your emotions, but an infinite sky in which the weather comes and goes, it passes through, and you still be that vast sky? Now, silence is like a fertile soil. Have you seen the fields on either side when you go off for a trip somewhere to a hill station and there are fields on both sides of your driving? There is greenery and there is, that pleasantness around. Now, in that soil, if you go close, nothing seems to be happening on the surface. It seems still if you go inside the field. But underneath, something incredible is happening. Growth is taking place. Seeds are sprouting, roots are spreading. Deep life is preparing to emerge, sprout open. Right when you are standing, all of this is happening in the background, but you cannot see that. Your answers are like those seeds. You need a fertile soil of silence for it to grow and come up. They need the silence, the stillness to take root. They need the quiet to finally break through into your conscious mind so that you can be aware of them. What if the growth that you've been so desperately seeking is happening invisibly inside you in that silence, something that you've been avoiding? If you've ever seen the surface of Arabian Sea during monsoon, That is like our conscious mind. There are waves everywhere, storms are raging, boats are struggling just to stay afloat. But if you dive deeper, just below the surface, this chaos, you'll find another world. A world of profound calm, of ancient wisdom, of infinite peace. No matter how turbulent the surface becomes or is seen, in that deep ocean remains stillness, wisdom, life. Silence takes you to that deeper ocean of consciousness. It takes you beyond the waves of thoughts, beyond the storms of emotions, to a place where your truest answers live. It's not whether there is something in that silence. The question is, are you ready to learn? Are you ready to dive deep? What if the peace that you've been seeking for at the surface has been patiently waiting in the depths of your consciousness all along? I remember when I first truly experienced what silence contains, I was going through some difficult time, and there were job problems, relationship issues, family tensions. I was trying to seek answers everywhere. So what I did was what everybody does. I bought self-help books, attended seminars, asked friends for advice, consulted astrologers. Nothing seemed to be giving me clarity I desperately needed. And one evening, sitting in my living room, frustrated and exhausted, I just decided to stop searching. I decided I didn't care anymore. I turned off the television, put my phone on silent, even stopped the fan just so that there would be no sound. And I just sat on that couch staring at the wall. At first, it was very uncomfortable. My mind was like a monkey jumping from one branch to another, and my body was feeling restless. I just wanted to do something. I wanted to check my phone. I wanted to do something. Every few seconds there was a need for stimulation, but I stayed with it. And slowly something shifted. In that silence, I heard something I have never heard before. Not a voice with words, but a knowing. Not thoughts, but an understanding. The answer to my problem wasn't somewhere out there. It was right there within me, waiting patiently for this noise to drill down, to stop, so that it could be heard. And that night, everything changed for me. What if the breakthrough that you've been praying for is waiting in that silence that you're running away from? So the next obvious question would be, how do you access this fullness that lives in the silence? How do we learn to hear what our inner wisdom is trying to tell us? The answer is quite simpler than what we think. You start with just 5 minutes. 5 minutes each day where you sit in complete silence. No meditation apps, no mantras, no complex techniques, just sitting and listening to this silence. Find a corner in your house, maybe near a window, maybe. You sit comfortably. Turn off all your devices and just be there. What will you hear first? Your own mind, your thoughts, the worries, the endless mental chatter, and that is completely normal. It happens to almost everyone. Don't fight it. Watch it like you are watching clouds passing through the sky. Think of your mind like a sky above. Thoughts are like clouds that are coming and going, just passing through. But you are that sky. Clear, vast, and I'm changing. Being in that Sakshi Bhav, being that observer, that you're not your thoughts, that you're the one who watches thoughts come and go. What if every time you choose silence over stimulation, you're choosing wisdom over distraction? Now here's something that our ancient rishis and saints and sages knew thousands of years ago. There is this cosmic intelligence that runs everything in this universe. The same intelligence that beats your heart without you thinking about it, the same very intelligence grows a tree from a tiny seed. That same very intelligence that moves the planets and the stars in perfect harmony. This intelligence is always communicating with you. But it does not speak in the language of noise and chaos. It speaks in the language of silence and stillness. And when you learn to be comfortable with this silence, you're learning to tune into this universal intelligence. You're learning to access a wisdom that is infinitely greater than your individual mind. This is what the Upanishads have been mentioning, Tattvam Asi, that thou art. You're not separate from this cosmic intelligence. You are its unique expression. You're always connected. You may forget it, but you are always connected. In that moment, when you go into your silence, your Bluetooth is on and you get back into that connection. This is the connection that you've been so desperately seeking. And it was never lost. It is this silence, it is your greatest guru, your greatest teacher, your coach, your mentor. Not the books you read, not the courses that you take, not the advices you give yourself or take from other people, but the silence itself. In silence, you learn dhairya, patience. You learn that not everything needs to be filled. Not every moment needs to be productive. Not every space needs to be occupied. In silence, you learn Shraddha, trust. You learn to trust that answers will come when they are meant to come, and there is no way that you can force it. That clarity will emerge when you're ready to receive it. In silence, you learn to be present. You discover that this very moment right here, right now, is all that you really have. And in this moment, you are complete, Purna, you are whole. You've been waiting for this teacher for thousands of years. You've been taking free classes, but silence has been there all along for you, talking to you. Silence is also your doctor, your healer, your therapist. Now, modern life has wounded us with its constant stimulation. We're like people who have been living next to a busy railway station. And it has been so long that we've forgotten what natural quiet feels like. Silence heals these wounds. It allows your nervous system to reset. It allows your mind to rest, your soul to breathe freely. And this healing even goes deeper. Silence heals your relationship with yourself. It shows you that you don't need constant entertainment to be happy. You don't need other people's approval to be worthy. You don't need someone else's answers to know whether you're right or not. In silence, you'll discover the most fundamental truth that you are enough, exactly how you are. You've been seeking this healing all along, everywhere outside, and it has been happening naturally inside you, inside that calm, but you were never aware of it. And I also want to acknowledge something important here, that in this world where busyness is celebrated and silence is rejected, it takes real courage to be there. It's not easy choosing silence when you can be engaged so easily and so much, partying, binge watching, chit chatting, all the stimulating worldly affairs. In this culture that rewards constant productivity, deciding to sit in silence can feel like it's a waste of your time. But this is exactly what your souls are crying out loud for. As the outside world becomes noisier, you need this silence more urgently, this inner quiet. And I see people rushing off to Rishikesh, they're going to Himalayas, they're going to all of these places, retreats, to find silence, which is already inside you, in your own home. Silence is not a place, it's not a travel destination. Silence is a quality of attention that you develop. What if the pilgrimage that you think you need to take is actually the journey inwards to your own sacred silence? The goal, my dear ones, is not to live in silence all the time. The goal is to live from that silent center within you. When you speak from that place, your words carry weight. They heal instead of hurting people. They bring clarity instead of confusion. Whenever you are to make any decisions from that place, when you do that, your choices are aligned with the greatest good, the highest good. They are not just serving your interest, but everyone else's around you. When you love from this place, your love becomes unconditional. It becomes sacred, like a mother to her child, complete, asking nothing in return. What if the most powerful thing that you could do is to learn to respond to life from that silence instead of reacting from noise? Right now, wherever you're sitting, you can take a look. That silence surrounds you. It is the pause between those thoughts that you have. It is the space between the heartbeats. It is the stillness at the very center of your being. You don't need to create it. You just need to recognize it. You don't need to earn it. You just need to receive it. You don't need to understand it with your mind, with your limited mind. You just need to trust it with your heart, with your soul. What if in this very moment you stopped searching for peace and simply recognize that peace is already here within me? So here's what I want you to do after you finish listening to this video. Try and not immediately move to the next thing. Don't pick up your phone, turn on the television, browse through Instagram, or start another task. Just try and sit for 5 minutes. That's all. That's all I ask for. Close your eyes, and if you don't want to close your eyes, that's also okay. Just soften your gaze. Place your hand on your heart if that helps you feel grounded, and simply listen. Listen to the silence around you. Listen to the silence within you. At first, you might hear the sounds of the traffic the outside noise, the neighbor's television, the ceiling fan, and that is okay. Keep listening. Deeper. You might hear your own breathing after that, your own heartbeat. Keep listening, even deeper. And then, my dear ones, if you're patient, and if you're open, and if you're willing, you might hear something else. Something that has been waiting your entire life for you to finally stop and listen. Your own inner wisdom, your own truth, your own answers. They've been there all along, waiting patiently in the fullness of silence. That's your homecoming. And here's the most beautiful truth that I want to leave you with. Every answer that you have ever needed, every solution to every problem that you're facing, every piece of guidance for every decision ahead, it's already inside you, in that potent silence. Not in the opinion of other people, not in the endless information, not on the internet, not ChatGPT, not the busyness of constantly doing something or analyzing, trying to figure it out, but in this silence, in this stillness, in this quiet center of your own being. Our ancient scriptures knew this. Our rishis and sages and saints knew this. And now you know this too. So the next time you feel the urge to fill every moment with noise, remember this. The most profound answers come not to the busy mind, but to a still one. The silence is speaking to you. It's just time to listen now. Because silence is not empty. It is full of wisdom, it is full of peace, it is full of love, it is full of everything that you've been searching for in all the wrong places. The search ends here. In this beautiful, sacred, answer-filled silence of your own being. It's like coming back to your own home. It is coming back to the most beautiful version of yourself, your true self. I think that's good enough for now. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, I would encourage you to share it with people whom you love and care for. If you like these kind of talks, if you like what I'm talking about, or these kind of subjects, feel free to subscribe to this channel. And we keep posting videos like such on deeper subjects, on philosophy, psychology, spirituality, where science and spirituality, they both meet up. It's not blind faith. So if you like these kind of talks, if you want to go deeper into your own self, you could consider subscribing to this channel. And thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next video, I want you to stay blessed, stay healthy, and catch hold of this wisdom if you can. Thank you so much, and I shall see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.